Now, South Dayi MP Nelson Dafemako has sued government over the Community Day Senior High School project he claims has been abandoned. This project took off in 2013 when the John Mahama-led government announced its intention to build 200 Community Day Senior High Schools between 2013 and 2016. The MP says at that time, Mr. Mahama left office 46 of the schools which had been commissioned as ready for use. He alleges that sometime in August 2021, the Minister of Education stated that despite completion, not all the schools were in use. He contends in his writ that the current government has refused to continue with the project to build 200 community senior high schools while failing to utilize all the completed schools. Luckily for us, Roxanne Dafiamakpo himself joins us on the line for more on this one. Honorable Dafiamakpo, I'm grateful for your time this afternoon.
Thank you very much, and good afternoon to your listeners.
Why has it become necessary for you to sue government over the community day schools?
Thank you. I've noted that since about 2017, the government has refused to put to use schools, the E-blocks or the community day schools that have been completed and commissioned. And when the Minister of Education was summoned to Parliament sometime in July or August, he came to say that just about a few of those that were commissioned, of the 46 or 47 that were commissioned in 2016, have been put to some use. Your own station, your own media house, went around some time ago and brought evidence of some of these infrastructure that have been abandoned. To the extent that you brought an account for one of your reports, which shows that government located one of these community day schools to the military to occupy in some communities. Some other media houses have also uncovered sheer abandonment of this project. Now, to top it all, if you check the recent Auditor General's report, the Auditor General's report is auditing abandoned infrastructure in the various assemblies or the various districts. And the community day schools are featuring. And as a member of the Public Accounts Committee that we are currently touring the country and looking at considering or interrogating the content of this report, I find it extremely worrisome that that public infrastructure that we have expended public monies on will be abandoned and not put to the use to which we build them. So I am simply acting under Article 41F. It is my duty to ensure or to combat waste in the system.
So what are you looking for? What do you seek to get with this suit?
Now, since having been in Parliament, I've seen government come to Parliament to say they are building new secondary schools. To say, for instance, that we are building new infrastructure in some of these schools. And yet we've abandoned those that are at various stages of completion. And I think that within the meaning of wastage as defined in the Constitution, this attitude amounts to waste of public funds. If we have infrastructure at various stages of completion, it's important that we complete them, at least before we build similar new ones. But you don't have secondary schools that are various stages of completion, that have infrastructure at various stages of completion. Then you go and borrow money, and only to build similar structures. You are building a dormitory. You haven't completed the same government. You are unable to complete, then you go and borrow money and start building a new dormitory somewhere else. You are building a classroom block. You haven't finished. Then you go and borrow money and you go and start building another classroom block in somewhere else. And we have thousands of such infrastructure dotted all over the country. So I think that it is time we stop this. Look, if you read our constitution carefully, the judiciary is at the center of our public governance. The legislature and the executive revolve around the judiciary because whenever there are issues, we all go to the judiciary for direction as it were. So I'm seeking direction from the judiciary. Whether as a nation we can continue to engage in this policy of wastage of public funds.
But did you take steps to actually summon the Minister for Education to Parliament to actually explain why this is happening prior to the suit?
Yes, we have. If like you said earlier, as part of my pleadings, I made reference to his coming to Parliament to answer to questions why the community schools, first, why they are not even put to the use to which we build them, and two, why the refusal to complete them. And yet every day we are taking money from international agencies to build new schools. And his answers are available in the handouts in Parliament, which I will be relying on. Simply no reason. They are unable to tell you why. And I'm better making reference to one of your reporters who reported on JoyNews that one of the community day schools is now being occupied by military men.
And of course, you are seeking the court to give you a relief. What exactly do you want from the court?
First of all, I am asking the court that the continued decision to continue and complete the project amount to wastage, and as in contravention with Article 35, subclause 7 of the Constitution, as well as Article 41F of the same Constitution. I am further asking the court to direct government that as far as practicable, all those community day schools should be completed before similar ones are built. Do you understand my point?
Yeah.
Yes. Once we have those outstanding, you build them before you start any similar school from afresh.
But of course, the NPP government would also refer you that the NDC has also abandoned some NPP projects. How do you intend to push this in court?
Yes, I have heard people say that nothing prevented the NPP from going to court at the time. And indeed, I am not suing because I'm an NDC person, my dear. Okay. I'm suing because I'm the elected representative of the people of South Sudan. And I'm also a Ghanaian. And above all, as a member of the Public Accounts Committee, and from the worrisome details of the Auditor General's report that I am seeing, and the level of wastage, I think we have to end it somewhere. This is not an NPP-NDC matter. If the court directs that all outstanding publicly funded projects be completed, that is all that I'm looking for. Because we are abandoning those, and we are starting new ones. And the problem is that even the new ones, we are unable to complete them. So we borrow money, we put them into some of this infrastructure that is supposed to serve the need of the people. We don't complete them, so the people are unable to benefit from it. The monies get locked up, and yet they constitute part of the public debt that we are repaying. It doesn't make sense at all. We need direction.
I'm grateful for your time. Roxanne Dafiamako is MP for South Dayi. He sued government.
I'm also grateful for
abandoning classroom community day schools that was started by the Mahama administration. We'll be monitoring this in court and we'll bring you updates on all of that.